All right, we're here at GalaxyCon Sunday, the third day, 2024, in Richmond, with Barry Bostwick. Barry, it's great to meet you. Thank you so much for being out here.
Well, you know what? I love Richmond, and I love GalaxyCon, and I love my brother who runs GalaxyCon, and I love that we do a Rocky Horror Picture Show screening here at his shows, and it's always exciting, and it's always very rude, which is what Rocky Horror is, I guess, when you see it in the theater. And so, yeah, I love coming here and selling my underwear. Go down, show my underwear. There you go. There you go.
Well, so you say you love Richmond means this isn't your first time here, of course.
This is my third time here.
Yeah, what do you like most about it? What have you gotten to see?
Nothing. I'm just assuming I like Richmond, because I go from the Hilton Hotel, I walk across the street to the convention center, and that's it. And then I steal food from the green room here for my dinner, and I never go anywhere. I go from here to my room, I drink a couple of large glasses of tequila, go to sleep, wake up, and then come here again. You know, so next time I come here, I'm going to have to try to explore Richmond. And maybe you can tell me where I should go and who I should see and what I should eat.
I can give you a whole guide, so please hit me up for that.
Okay.
But I got to ask, you know, you're here at GalaxyCon, you said you love GalaxyCon.
Yeah.
What's it like being on the con circuit and just meeting all of these fans?
Every fan's different. And every con is different, too. It's funny. I do maybe 4 or 5 of these a year. Most of the last couple of years, I've done all the Galaxy cons because we do the Rocky Horror evening. But you know, it's funny that the Rocky Horror group, the fan base, is like on our 3rd generation now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we have the grandparents and then they come with their grandchildren. You know, dressed up like a transvestite, and you go, "There's something wrong about this." No, you just the children. You know. But I think the movie culturally has opened up a lot of doors for a lot of people to explore who they genuinely are. And I think I say at one point, there's a Frankenfurter says, don't judge a book by its cover. And basically that's, I think, what our message is with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Don't get strung out. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. That's what we do. We try to make everybody involved, inclusive, and you know, it's been a joy all these years. We're on our 50th, going on our 50th year next year.
Well, what's that legacy been like to see? Because I know my mom's a huge fan of it too, and what's that? Like you said, it's generational. So, what was working on it like, and also its legacy?
Well, I mean, working on it was short, 5 weeks. It was a low-budget film, you know, and it was cold, and it was in England, and I was wet the whole time in my underwear. And that's why I show my underwear. Okay, come on.
It's a little dry now.
Yeah, it's dry. Well, it's because I buy them at Target, you know, by the dozen, and I sign them to people. But so the actual experience of making it has been way overshadowed by the experience of the people who have watched it for 50 years, you know, and the stories that I get about, well, when I first saw it, or, you know, I was in college, high school, fish school, some of them, you know, and there was that group of Rocky Horror fans who were affected by its politics and social politics, and there's the other ones that just are going there to have a party, and that's why I think it's so endearing about it, and why it's lasted so long, is because it is something different for almost everybody, but ultimately it's just sex, drugs, and rock and roll. All right.
Well, and last thing I have to ask here, if I'm not mistaken, I've not seen the movie yet, but in my research, I saw that you played FDR in a movie about 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Is that correct? What was that like? Because that movie looks bonkers.
Oh yeah, did you see it?
I have not seen it yet,
you
but
gotta see it.
I checked it out.
It's called FDR American Badass.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, and I played FDR, and we shot it in 5 days probably, or something. You know, it's like one of those, and now it's become this cult hit because it's very funny, it's very rude, and it's just the kind of thing I love to do. You know, it's very spontaneous, and it's you got to see it. It's hard to explain what it is. It's a horror. It's not really a horror movie. It's a send up of horror movies, and I think I had 1 day to prepare for it, and that was perfect because you didn't have to. It was we shot it on the fly. It was great, and it's been downloaded millions of times illegally by every college student around the world, and it's their go-to. It's their go-to. Let's get a little stoned and watch a movie this weekend.
Well, I'm going to watch it now that you say it. And last question for you:
Yeah.
Do you have anything coming up, whether it's being at other cons or any projects that you can talk about for people to look out for?
Well, we have a movie coming out called Daruma, Daruma. It's doing the festival circuit now. And we're doing a documentary on the making of MegaForce, which is a movie I did back in the 80s.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be out by the end of the year. And it's a movie that it's a documentary of making MegaForce, but it's really it's quite a charming story about a guy who discovered MegaForce when he was 12, and it sort of changed his life. And so he sought me out as one of his heroes, and we created a bond and a friendship, and this movie grew out of that. And basically, it was a documentary. We like to think of it as the documentary nobody was asking for. You know, so we've made it, and you'll see it. Please.
Well, Barry, thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you
Thank you so much.